Think you need to put 20% down to buy a home, or think that renting is always cheaper than owning? Let's bust some of these biggest real estate myths that I hear all the time as a real estate agent, and help you avoid some potential costly mistakes. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Moving to Milwaukee channel. Today I want to talk about some common thoughts and objections when it comes to the buy and sell process of a home, and why the real facts speak for themselves. These are common myths as well as objections that act as big hindrances to buyers and sellers and could potentially be some big mistakes. So in today's video, I want to debunk 7 myths in the world of real estate and that many of us all hear. And before I do begin, people always have different reasons to move. Sellers need to sell and buyers need to buy. Everyone has different needs when life happens. Trust me, I'm a human myself, and I understand just as much as all of you. Starting with the first myth on my list, which is that you need 20% down to buy a home. Now, this one stops a lot of buyers before they even start. I can understand where it's hard to save money for a down payment nowadays. It's hard to save money in general nowadays, where things are more expensive. Rent has gone up, cost of groceries and gas has gone up. The fact of the matter is, you don't need a full 20% down payment to buy a home. In fact, nowadays, you can find a lot of conventional loans that can require as low as 3% for down payments. And even aside from that, in addition, there are a lot of government-backed options like FHA or VA-based loans that require even lower, even as low as 0% for a down payment. Waiting years to save 20% could mean missing out on equity, growth, rising prices, or even better mortgage rates for yourself. And before I go any further, I'm your host, 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗓𝗏, the local Milwaukee and Southeast Wisconsin real estate agent. Give me a call today if you're looking to move to the greater Milwaukee area or anywhere in Southeast Wisconsin. If you like the content I put out on my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Stay in the loop for when I release new content. My contact info is on the screen and in the description below, but I cannot help you out unless you give me a call. Moving on to myth number 2, which is that spring is the best time to sell. Spring definitely gets all the hype, but the best time to sell realistically depends on your local market. Just to compare, in my market, for example, spring definitely does get a lot of hype, and it's when a lot more listings and a lot more people think about selling or making a move during those times. And mainly it's just because people don't really want to think about moving in the frigid cold weather, as it gets pretty cold up here in the upper Midwest for 4 to 6 months throughout the year. But we've seen great results in the fall and even winter. At the beginning of 2024, I've gotten 3 deals under contract and a couple closed in the month of January and February right off the bat. And it wasn't because of the time of year, it was just because they saw the right home come in the market and wanted to make a move. And so I successfully helped them out and very happy that I was able to do so. Now, why is this important to ignore? Well, in a slower period of the year, of course, again, depending on your market, you may find less competition out there in the market when it comes to the pool of all the other serious buyers out there. So you may be able to have a better opportunity to grasp at a couple deals, maybe even get at some quicker or better deals out there than you might find in some of the more busier seasons. On to myth number 3, and this is a pretty common one, which is you don't need an agent, just use Zillow. Zillow is a tool, not necessarily a strategy. It's definitely great for browsing amongst any other websites that you can browse for homes for sale on, but it can't negotiate, it can't explain contracts, or protect your money during one of the biggest transactions of your life. Going on to myth number 4, which is that you can time the market perfectly. Now, trying to wait for the perfect time is a very dangerous game. Real estate is personal. Your lifestyle, your finances, your timing is what's going to matter way more than just the trends. Some people will wait for years for the market to drop, but the reality is you could be missing out on some great opportunities flying by. And these people waiting will only be paying more later due to rising interest rates or rising prices, not to mention. The best time to buy or sell is when you, as the buyer, are ready. Another myth that needs to be debunked is that renovating always increases the value of a home. But not every renovation is always going to add value. Some updates like over-personalized features or luxury upgrades don't give you the return you expect. The amount of dollars that you put in, it doesn't mean you're going to get that same amount of dollars out of the resale. As a homeowner, it's best to focus on updates with more broad appeal. Kitchens, bathrooms, paint, and curb appeal is what's going to sell a home best. Always talk to a local agent first before sinking money into a big project. Another common myth that always needs to be debunked, and I need to list in this video, is that renting is always cheaper than owning. Now, renting can be cheaper on the short term, but long term, buying often wins. Why? Because every mortgage payment builds equity. Rent just disappears. Plus, homeowners enjoy tax benefits and more stability. So if you're planning to stay in one place for a few years, owning could be a smart financial move. And just to speak on the flip side of things, I can't speak for every single market out there. Markets like Southern California or San Francisco or New York or some areas in Miami, it's a little more makes better sense to rent than own because of outrageous home prices. Some areas are different. I can't speak for everyone, but more often than not, renting is just money just thrown away from time to time. And owning, you're building a little bit of equity over putting money away. It's an investment. And the last myth that I need to debunk is that agents are just in it for the commission. As a real estate agent, I hear this one all the time, and on a little bit, one hand, I get it, but the truth is, a good agent like us earns their commission by protecting your money, negotiating hard, and making the process easy. When it comes to doing homework, getting market data, doing research on a property you're looking at, or a property you're trying to sell, not to mention negotiating contract and going through all the complexities of a real estate transaction is what we're here for. By all means, use us. We're taking a lot out of your hands by doing it for you. And in past experience, I've saved clients I've helped thousands in repairs, negotiated a good price based on a good pricing strategy, or contract terms that they didn't even know existed. In conclusion, real estate can feel overwhelming at times, but believing in the wrong things can cost you. So if any of these myths I covered here today surprised you, hit that like and subscribe button and share it with someone who needs to hear it as well. And if you're thinking about buying or selling soon in the greater Milwaukee or Southeast Wisconsin area, my name is 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗓𝗏. I am the local real estate agent around here. Give me a call today. I'd love to help you make smart moves, not myth-based ones. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.